Stop number 9 of the Sunoco Busch Series comes to Nashville Superspeedway for the Pepsi 300. It'll be 3 laps around this racetrack. Let's take a look at our points going into this event. Ed Gardner, who was our season opening winner at Daytona, regaining the lead after a very good showing at Talladega. Ken Johnson drops to second. Adam Chambers is third. Danny Wells is in fourth. And our Bristol winner Spencer Madden rounds out the top 5. Then from 6 through 10 will be Jared Darling, Randy Carpenter, Emilio Navarrete, Zed Weinstein, and Hunter Gantz rounding at the top 10. Zed is our only non-rookie in that, and none of those 5 drivers have wins this year. But anything could change right here at Nashville. So until then, let's take a look at our starting grid for this event. On the pole, qualifying at 168.049 miles an hour is the number 25 Folger Chevy of Danny Wells. And on the outside, also qualifying at 168.049 miles per hour, is the number 16 Keystone Beer Planners Ford of Barney Ward. Row number 2 will be the number 37 Naturally Fresh Foods Ford of Austin M. And on the outside will be the number 94 Sunoco Olds of Will Raymond. Row number 3 will be the number 70 Pontiac of Dominic Jarvis. And on the outside will be the number 32 Nestle's Crunch Pontiac of Ricky Elliott Jr. Row number 3 will be the number 89 Evinrude Pontiac of our defending event winner Christina Cowan. And on the outside will be the number 69 Ford of Zed Weinstein. And rounding out the top 5 rows is the number 68 Country Time Ford of our Bristol winner Spencer Madden. And our most recent winner at Talladega in the number 30 Country Time Maxwell House Pontiac, that is Callum Wales. Row number 6 will consist of Andrew Baranda and Jordan Hetzer. Andrew was our winner at Darlington. Row 7 will be Ken Johnson, second in the points, and Don Laprad. Row 8 will be Jared Darling and Jeremy Doobie, our winner at Hickory. Row 9 will be an all-Carpenter row with Randy and Morgan. Row 10 will be Adam Chambers and our Rockingham winner, Mike McMurray. Then it'll be Ricky James and Joshua Perry. Jack Richards, our winner at Las Vegas, and Ed Gardner, our points leader. Andrew Boat III and Ann Batson. Dougie Shears and Hunter Gantz. Tim Freilich and Matt McCormick will follow them. Then Mike Becker and Alex Lascano, Jake Baskinger and Cody Lamas, John Westbrook and Tim Gardner.
Drivers, start your engines!
As there's the command, Bill Raymond and Emilio Navarrete will follow them, and then rounding out the field will be Justin Perry and Luke Martin, and our Texas winner Lyndon Wright and Dizanello Maminovich will round out the starting grid here at Nashville. As they're going to get their way off of pit road and onto the backstretch. Should be some interesting racing. As I said, the defending race winner was Christina Cowan, who won her second race here in season 1, where she became the first 2-time winner of the season. Let's see what happens here. Danny Wells, Barney Ward. How about this? Your first of your non-rookies is the aforementioned Christina Cowan. Zed Weinstein was on the outside. Those are on row number 4. Everybody else are a bunch of rookies. Green flag flies. And we are racing with the Pepsi 300. Danny Wells to the early lead on things. 3 abreast racing behind Barney Ward. Well, not really anymore, as here comes Dominic Jarvis, and here comes the defending race winner, Christina Cowan, making a hard bonsai move to the inside to go 3 abreast going into turn 4. And it is still Danny Wells leading. Barney Ward is in second. 12 hundredths of a second separating the 1-2 as they start to distance themselves from the field. Christina Cowan's in third. Angie Baron is going to pass Spencer Madden, try for the fourth spot with the help of Ricky Elliott Jr. And not going to happen. Spencer Madden will stay in the fourth spot. Miranda will stay fifth. That is not Austin M. That's Jordan Hetzer starting to move up the field as well. The hitman making his presence known. Elliott actually is dropping back. Zed Weinstein as well. As they start to single file out for the most part. Right behind Jordan is Dominic Jarvis. Battle for the 8th spot right now is between Ricky Elliott Jr. and Zed Weinstein. And the battle for 9th, somewhat, with Randy Carpenter passing on the inside Will Raymond. Weinstein's going to take the 8th spot here. They all start to single file out. Well, Weinstein going in the inside of Ricky Elliott Jr. And now Randy Carpenter will follow. There's Andrew Boat the third. Starting to move up. Same with part of that Shears Hetzer team. Dougie Shears, Super Shears, now moving up. Followed by Ann Batson. Battle for 5th, I do believe. Or actually, this is actually the battle for 9th place here. And we are yellow. Looks like it may have to do with Tim Gardner. Yes. Here's what had happened. Tim Gardner, in between Justin Perry as well as I do believe that's Mike McMurray on the inside of things. As you can see, Mike McMurray, right there, you'll see he got squeezed like a pimple. Diesel Minovich right behind as well. And then Gardner shoving Justin Perry into the wall. You see John Westbrook taking a hit. Dunlap kind of took a hit there too. Well, you see Emilio Navarrete, Ed Gardner. Who else is that? Mike McCormick. And that was not pretty at all by any means. Let's take a look on board with Tim Gardner, who did not have a very good view of things. Sliding and then getting it back into gear. Justin Perry now in the 47 Olds, who got squeezed like a pimple. So now let's see where we stand after 8 laps already in the books. It's still Danny Wells leading. Then it is Barney Ward. Then it is Christina Cowan, our defending race winner. Then you have Spencer Madden, Andrew Baranda, Jordan Hetzer having a very good showing, Dominic Jarvis, Zed Weinstein, Ricky Elliott Jr. and Randy Carpenter, your top 10. Then it is Andrew Boat III, Dougie Shears, Will Raymond, Ann Batson, Jared Darling, Austin M., Mike Becker, Jack Richards, Callum Wales, our Talladega winner, Joshua Perry, Morgan Carpenter, Ken Johnson, Jeremy Doobie, Ricky James, Adam Chambers, Mike McCormick, Mike McMurray, Dizanella Maminovich, Luke Martin, Bill Raymond, Cody Lamas will be back to green flag this time by, John Westbrook, Dunlap Rad, Alex Lascano, Hunter Gons, Jake Baskinger, Tim Freilich, Lyndon Wright, Ed Gardner, Matt McMurray, Justin Perry, Tim Gardner, and Emilio Navarrete rounding out the field. So it'll be lap number 10 of 23. We'll be back to green flag racing. We still got about a dozen laps to go. Over a dozen laps to go, to be honest. Time to go back to green flag racing. Wow, Christina Cowan tried to be bonsai a little bit on Barney Ward. Ward closed on her hard, but she's not having it by any means. But she goes right to the inside of Barney Ward, and only one car left ahead of her, and that is the number 25 of Danny Wells. Christina has not fared well since winning the second race here last season. Actually had a very consistent car, but then lost the championship to Faith Johnson in the Sunoco Busch Series. As right now, Spencer Mansell from Barney Ward starting to drop back, as now Jordan Hetzler's going to challenge for the 5th spot. So how about going from 2nd to 5th is Barney Ward, and probably out of the top 5. Thanks to Jordan Hetzler. It still belongs to Danny Wells in the Folgers Chevrolet. A dozen laps to go. Dominic Jarvis going to the inside of Jordan Hetzler. He'll take the 6th spot, so as they battle. Right now in your top 5, the 1 and 2 have not won this year. Christina won last season. Right here. So now it is still Wells, Cowan, Madden, Baranda, Ward, Jarvis, Weinstein, and now Hetzler starting to drop back as Randy Carpenter starting to make a move. 10 laps to go this time by. As Randy Carpenter now battles with Ricky Elliott Jr. Does just that. But it is still belongs to the number 25 Folgers Chevrolet. Got Chevy, Pontiac, and then 3 Fords in a row. And then a Pontiac, another Pontiac. So how about that to size up for that? 9 to go this time by. It'll be 8 laps to go for Danny Wells. Looking to go wire to wire. Trying to hold off that Evan Rood Grand Prix from the defending race winner, who loves this track, Christina Cowan. Now they start to single file out for the most part. Dougie Shears trying to hold off. Ann Batson does so fine. The gap starting to close a little bit for Christina Cowan. Look like Baranda's going to make a move a little bit. The Darlington winner is going to make a move a little bit on the Bristol winner, but nope, not going to happen yet. But Baranda dives really good to the inside, taking the number 3 spot just like that. Incredible move by the McDonald's Ford. And now it looks like they're going to swap lanes and they're going to try to remake a move. Baranda going up to the high side now, giving back the number 3 spot to Spencer Madden with the help of Barney Ward. Still staying in the mix of things. Three wide up. Baranda almost went down into Barney Ward and actually let Dominic Jarvis take away the number 4 spot. Great racing back here for the 4th spot right now is Dominic Jarvis, Barney Ward, Zed Weinstein starting to try to get in there. And Jordan Hetzer. Jordan's going to make a move. Barney gets in the head of Jarvis. Weinstein getting into the 5th spot. And it's still up in front. It's still... Let's go look at this from the... Take a look at the review here. Spencer Madden, 3 to go for Danny Wells. Can he go wire to wire? Or can Christina Cowan repeat here at Nashville? He's had a horrible showing this year. 2 to go. Still Wells, Cowan, Madden, Baranda. Actually, that's Barney Ward, Zed Weinstein, Jordan Hetzer, Ricky Elliott Jr., Andrew Boat III, Randy Carpenter, and rounding out the top 10 now is Will Raymond. Andrew Baranda is actually way back here in 15th. After getting passed by our Talladega winner, Callum Wales. White flag, 1 more lap to go. How about making a move a little bit to the inside there with Spencer Madden, but not to happen. And that actually means 2 more left-hand turns for Danny Wells. Can he hold off Christina Cowan? Christina Cowan's got to make a move. Now is the time. I'm at a 4th corner. Checker flag, and he's at the fly. Your winner of the Pepsi 300 is Danny Wells, goes wire to wire. Christina Cowan is 2nd, Spencer Madden is 3rd, Barney Ward is 4th, and Zed Weinstein rounds out the top 5. Then it'll be Jordan Hetzer, Ricky Elliott Jr., Andrew Boat III, Randy Carpenter, and Will Raymond. Then it will be Dougie Shears, Ann Batson, Callum Wales, Dominic Jarvis, Andrew Baranda, Jared Darling, Morgan Carpenter, Mike Becker, Ken Johnson, and Austin M. Then it will be Mike McMurray, Jack Richards, Cody Lamas, Dizanello Maminovich, Bill Raymond, Joshua Perry, Jake Baskinger, Luke Martin, Adam Chambers, Dunn Laprad, Jeremy Doobie, Lyndon Wright, Hunter Gantz, Alex Lozano, John Westbrook, Ricky James, Tim Freilich, Matt McCormick, get the 2 names confused apparently, a lot of M's there, jeez. Ed Gardner, Tim Gardner, and then it is Justin Perry and Emilio Navarrete will finish dead last here. As we will get out of this to a full screen, I'll let you know. that the winner of this race goes to the Folgers Chevrolet of Danny Wells. And with that win, Danny Wells will take the points lead. As a very performance for Ken Johnson and Ed Gardner. And Danny Wells moving up the field got him to the number 1 spot for going wire to wire. Spencer Madden moves up to 2nd. Ken Johnson drops to 3rd. Adam Chambers drops to 4th. And Jared Darling rounds out the top 5, getting into the top 5. Then Zed Weinstein, Randy Carpenter, Ed Gardner dropping to 1st to 8th. Jack Richards, our Las Vegas winner, and Emilio Navarrete dropping to 10th. Then it's Jeremy Doobie, Andrew Baranda, Hunter Gantz dropping to 13th. Callum Wales dropping to goes to 14th. Tim Freilich, Will Raymond, Dominic Jarvis, Ann Batson, Bill Raymond, Don Laprad. Then Dougie Shears, Andrew Boat the 3rd. Lyndon Wright, Zanella Momenovich, Mike Becker, Ricky James, Matt McCormick, Mike McMurray, Morgan Carpenter, Austin M., Ricky Elliott Jr., Barney Ward, John Westbrook, Joshua Perry, Cody Lamas, Christina Cowan, Luke Martin, Jake Baskinger, Alex Lozano, Jordan Hetzer, Tim Gardner, and Justin Perry continues his disaster as he's last in the points. Next race for the Sunoco Busch Series is Martinsville, the Miller 500.